Law. Oh shit, they're up. Ephemeral. Oh, looking clean, looking crispy. Trickster. Just mine at the top of the. Oh god! What do we got? Yo! Actually, fucking. The only good node was actually nerfed to a negative. To a fucking negative. What about Jug? Does Jug still have it? Jug still has it. We're fucking juggernauts, boys. That's actually a brutal one. That's the only way they could have nerfed Trickster that matters. That Trickster was so funny. Alright, we're going top down now. I'm not going to go through the rest. Do your best not to post spoilers. Raj, which can chain, will collide with the wall, chaining off the nearby targets, but they cannot collide with any further walls of force. But like how, I wonder, it's the way this works, I feel like it's going to interact with shotgun mechanics in a way that's just make one skills one-shot everything. I don't know, we'll see. Because if it doesn't let you shotgun, it's worthless, so it has to let you shotgun. The rest of it, you can't really do anything without the numbers we need for that. So Falborn, yeah, there's no alts, no transmutes, it's just augment, regal, exalt. It's like a sanctified exalt, basically. It's pretty cool. It's not -10, it's at most you get slowed to 90. Oh, is it? That's not as bad. But it's still way less strong. The Spectre shenanigans. Added the new tab in the fragment tab for betrayal fragments. Oh, nice, for embers. Love that. 5 new stash tab affinities. For incubators, scouting reports, ritual items, sanctum shit, and settler items. What are settler items? Is this just ring graphs? And tattoos, I assume? I'm so fucking excited for Bloodline classes. Hopefully these are all teased before the league starts, like over the next like 6 days or whatever. The Fear now requires Cyrus and Incarnation of Dread instead of Cheula and Etziri. Wow. That is going to be so much easier. Etziri was like the boss in Feared. She was the problem. I wonder how this guy is going to function in Maven Arena. We'll see. I love that Cyrus is here though. Cyrus can be an asshole. Like Cyrus can absolutely be an asshole. That's going to be fun. Love that. New Feared boss. And, oh, also new hidden boss too. Oh no, this is wait, is this a 3 boss invitation? With the mini bosses. Love that. 2 new boss invitations to fuck with. That's a bingo. So they didn't mention, yeah, risk limited to 1 instead of 5. So this isn't mentioning the like more currency, more scarab stuff at least. It's just like the general loot amount in there. Ooh, now causes abyss scarabs that do not lead to small. Okay, so yeah, abyss is totally dead. It wasn't a nerf. They deleted hordes in the game, which I'm not too surprised about. That was obviously too strong. I don't know what that means for Blight. I'm not a Blight enjoyer. Ooh, Azerite's gone. You have to delve. You have to delve to get Azerite. The bright side of this, I'll no longer feel required to have Nico spec for a significant portion of my time mapping. But you actually have to delve now, which I don't hate. Delving is cool. 5% increase your monsters in your map. Yo, they nerfed some effect. Instead of effect on the small things for mounting modifiers. Wait, is all effect gone? Except for the notables possibly on the things? So we're gonna be down to 20, we're losing 26%-ish. 26-30%-ish of effect. Which I think is a good amount to lose. Because like totally deleting it would like that in combination with the 17 nerf is gonna be a decent nerf to loot. Which is, I mean, loot is it really exceptional values right now in the endgame, which this is totally fine. And we don't lose that much effect, but we lose enough effect that some modifiers that become really stupid with like full effect won't quite reach that like number that just makes them unplayable. The only thing I don't like that much is that this is rarity instead of like pack size or even quantity. Just because like map rarity is a really fucking shit stat. And that's on like pretty prime highways that you really, you travel through these in most builds. So it feels bad because rarity isn't that good. Heist, which previously gets on breach reward rooms, can now spawn gold reward rooms. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. We're going to the heist. I hope it's a good number, dude. If this is like transport, like Jonas levels of gold, ha, 200 gold per chest. I hope it's like 5k. Maybe like 3k. Maybe 15. We'll see. Love that. The craft nerf, no! Okay, so we don't care about this because he never gave me a mage build anyways. Harvest Research Crafts, which guarantees certain modifier type. Now we're certain modifiers, which are straight bar. Oh, fuck yeah. I wonder when this is gonna matter. There's gonna be like some crafts that are only possible because of this change. Yeah, definitely influence could be a big part of it. Like I'm gonna have to go through like every fucking, like every item and think about like everything for how to get this. Full Slugs is one to get +1. Yeah, on like an amulet, for example, there's 2 lightning prefixes. There's lightning damage to attacks, and there's +1 lightning. So, cannot roll attack. Well, no, because if you cannot roll attack reforge, your suffixes are also going to get rolled too, right? And lightning, so you would also need suffix getting changed. So if you have like a 2 prefix 1 suffix amulet, you can safely reforge +1 lightning, but you already could have done that with augmenting before, right? No, it still wouldn't be safe with reforging. I'm not too sure. Ooh, and the ritual shot's totally gone. So itemized rituals gone, abyss gone. Is this blight gone? I don't know what this means. The blight one up here. I didn't see anything with Alba yet. We'll see. Because like for a lot of tier 17 modifiers, you want to have debuffs on you expire faster. From like Temporal Rift, from the Rune Graft, but it makes you drown fucking instantly if you do that. So now if you want, you can actually stack those things. Spell Suppression nerfed. Cyclone does more damage. Cyclone's damage is genuinely like so fucking low that this could be 100% more and it still would likely not be like that strong. It's so small. Yo, the Bone Shatter buff! But it's not Complex Trauma Bone Shatter, right? Which is the one you use for bleed. I read this inverted. I thought this was a nerf to flat and a nerf to percent. And y'all were saying that it's a nerf to, or that they buff flask, like baseline. So it's a buff to scaling, a nerf to baseline, which is, like with bouncing, you literally can't have enough flash sustained for this skill. It's not possible. You always run out of charges. That's why Slayer is good. You still have leech recovery when you have no life flash charges. So the base getting lowered and the scaling getting increased is still a small nerf, but not like gutted. Power class mines deleted. This was always such a stupid skill that like only existed because no one bothered to abuse it because it was too clunky. But putting down 10 mines and getting 3,000 flat fire damage is stupid and shouldn't have lasted as long as it did. You used it. Yeah, on your fucking support build. On your support build. I don't even know what this part means. But like, this skill was already worse than Nerf Shatter, so who cares? Yeah, like the support now is pretty bad in most cases. Not in all cases. Something most people never really think about because it doesn't matter. While it's really easy to hit overtime leech caps, it's not as easy to hit instant leech caps. And the 2% leech from energy leech support is actually pretty relevant for getting maximum value from instant leech. On my gauntlet character, to have like max value on leech when fighting bosses with DR like Ubers, I had to have like 10% leech from tattoos. Oh my god, someone talked about Spellslinger beforehand. I didn't put it on the bingo board, it's here. A very slight Spellslinger buff. So yeah, the things around you are a little bit slower. You no longer get 8% more speed. It means you're gonna use the boot implicit instead. And only being slowed to 90% is still really good, but it's like, you know, it's rough. Minus not that much, because like you're just gonna get 6% on your boots until like 7th gear at least. Necro stacks a lot faster. You don't have to pop 100 corpses, only 50. Volatile dead buff, necro buff. Yo, these boots are really good. Like these boots are absurdly good. It's just that the downside for wearing them is brutal. But like the actual buffs from these things, there's 3 different variants of them. The one that we care about is the explode one. The fort one's kind of good too, but like all damage inflicts poison, 40% explode, which will then poison because all damage inflicts poison. Like, the clear these boots provide on a poison build, very, very strong. But, like, the debuffs are just too fucked to ever use. But 2 seconds instead of 1? The thing is, I think unless they fixed it, did they fix this yet? Where you can weapon swap it? You can do, like, some weapon swap stat requirement bullshit and just full clear all debuffs whenever you want. But every 1 second, you had to do it too often. Whereas every 2 seconds, I mean, shit, you do it every 10 seconds. Actually usable. I love that. I love that those might actually be usable now. Wait, did they actually fix the oh my god, did they actually fix this shit? Oh, yo, we're not gonna have all our shit stolen by standard RMTers. What the fuck? No bullshit in our economy. Let's go, hardcore trade. It's our economy now. It's my economy. That's huge. Now it's software league scammers. The thing is, the software economy is so much bigger than hardcore economy. There's not incentive to, like, currency exchange your shit over to divines in hardcore and buy it there and rip it. There's just like, there's not incentive. There's 10,000 times more loot in software trade. There's gonna be more of whatever you're trying to buy already there. And usually the hard things to acquire are gonna cost more in hardcore anyways. For standard, of course, when there's league only mechanics, like all the new uniques, all the new stuff, they can't get it in standard except from hardcore leagues. So we had to deal with that whenever there was cool shit. You'd have like the TFT fuckers just log in on a level 2 character and buy it in hardcore to rip it to standard, so. Trickster's still fine. I would say that's an accurate statement. It's still fine. Probably still really good. Worse than it was before. So they lowered the amount of damage. It works on fire instead of only cold and lightning. And then it has a massive multiplier to the implicits, which you can sense swap if you want. Whispers has way less CS on it. Makes sense. I mean, like, the main purpose of Whispers shouldn't be that it gives you a fuck ton of ES. It should be the actual relevant unique mechanic of letting you pay energy shield for your shit. And that still works, so that's still, you know, really good. They nerfed the base crit of wands. I feel like for most wand skills, didn't you already overcap crit by a lot? It's only that, like, the assassin node and the sanctum helmet where you would really care about this. Refactored tower monsters with physical damage. Yo, wait, what? This actually is getting changed? I'm so fucking surprised. Refactored tower monsters with phys damage converted to LA damage scale with monster modifiers and map modifiers to grant physical gain as extra. In general, these modifiers will have far less effect on high level monsters that converted. Holy fuck. I'm so surprised this ever changed. I love that. That's so fucking awesome. Like, the only reason why this modifier is so dangerous is because a few monsters are bullshit with it. With like a monster that's just doing actual phys damage, this modifier is not that bad. Define far less. For a monster that has 100% conversion, I think this would need to be like about 60 to 70% less to make it equivalent in power to a monster that is base physical. Define far less. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this seems like the kind of change that would require a lot of fucking effort to go through and actually fix every single skill that monsters use that has it. But bear slams, like harvest bear slams are pure fizz. They just hit hard. But God bless, that's fucking awesome. This is what I expected. Less life, more damage, or do have potency. These bosses, you spawn them so fast, they were absurdly tanky and did nothing. So, this is good. So, like, you can now suppress it, and they are not crazy when they have haste. You can still dodge them. They still scale with area, so if you're in a map with more area, they're harder to dodge, but they're so tiny. If you have like 20 move speed and are walking, you typically avoid them, it feels like, when they're not hasted. But yeah, these are going to do way less damage. Even though suppression's nerfed, on like a, you know, Zerker running around with like Fortify Endurance charges, like, 88 probably fire res, maybe 90 in suppression, you can actually eat them. Like, these things did like 2,000 damage to my Trickster, maybe 3,000. This patch they would do like half that, or less because of this, so this hopefully won't just be an auto skip anymore. We love that. But they're probably still going to be dangerous if you combine them with like minus max and pen and crit and monster damage. Anarchy, less and less, a lot less. So using Ghosted Exiles for gold is going to be probably nowhere near as relevant. Domination, more and more. Heist is cheaper. Let's fucking go, dude. Heist just keeps winning. It just keeps winning. It's just cheaper. Oh, I'm so excited. Imbued motherfucking heist. Oh my god. Oh my god, imbued heist. Add an option in game settings to prevent the game from pause. Yo, cool. I love that. If you want pause to never happen, you can just turn it off. Sick. Fix the bug where simplex amulets and heist-based types with similar implicits could... Oh, fuck. Yeah, so basically what this means is you can no longer force these to have magic mods with mods, because normally they're not supposed to be able to have magic, to have mods with their magic, but you could force it with like subsystem change scour, and it would downgrade the rarity. And then you could use all kinds of things to craft on them, like beast locks, which is how you did all these crafts before. How's that gonna work with imprints now? Like you can't use the beast lock craft anymore, but you can still do the old craft, right? You're just gonna have to like, you're gonna have to get the mod back every single time. Like you imprint it, you regal it, you reforge for the mod, and then you Awakener's Orb, and then go back every single time on the annuls as well. And if I remember right, for Trade League, weren't the two crafting methods pretty similar in overall cost? And now there's an added cost of reacquiring your one influence mod. The locking was way cheaper. I mean, the locking was doable in Self-Found. Yeah, the whole feeder amulet shit doesn't work anymore, because you can't use beast locks anymore. So, which honestly is a good thing. Like, that version of crafting was kind of silly. That's still going to be a version of crafting we do in a lot of things, but simplex amulets should be hard to craft. And they are still craftable with imprints. It'll just be harder. You'll have to do the old imprint method, which involves, what, you have to farm like 40 Awakener's Orbs and like 40 frogs and 40 influence donor bases, I think, or something like that. Is it more than 40? I forgot what the numbers were, but yeah, so you use the frog on the magic item, and then you regal it, and like harvest, reforge, or chaos it to get the influence mod you want. And then you woke orb it, annul, try to hit the reforge, and if you lose, you imprint back and do it all again. Also 40 harvest orbs. Don't you reforge on that craft, not augment? Oh no, right, because that's a influence reforge, so it requires sacred still. Yeah, that's rough. So like 40 fucking sacred things, 40 frogs, 40 all that shit. That's rough. The simplex amulets can still be magic, they just can't have mods on it. So if you scour it and transmute it, it'll still be magic, it'll just have no mods. And you imprint in that state. The first total impression of the patch, a lot of the quality of life shit is really good. And I think while a lot of the nerfs, at least to systems in the game, make sense and need to happen, because like the only new thing is breach and we don't really know anything about that, the patch notes and all of the changes just read as like the things that were good are less good, and there's not that much like new / better stuff. Like the most important new better thing is wanding, and that's kind of purely just based on Wall of Force on how this skill works. If this skill sucks, then even that's like not really too relevant. And there's like a couple new skills. Assassin's pretty cool. It has a long cooldown. It's okay to have a long cooldown. On like a good wand build, you would only press this on like map bosses and like, you know, big targets. Wand crafting is so bad. So a big thing with wand crafting, they added attack wands to the game. Like wanding definitely got the most. We'll see what attack wands means. Hopefully spell damage is still on the wand as an option, because I think you want that on some crafts, right? But it'll be like less common. But I think on the influence one you couldn't fracture anyways, so who knows. It says no caster as an implicit. Oh, wait, is that all it is? It's just simply an implicit that says no caster mods? Okay, so yeah. It says modifier, not modifiers. So you lose like the 40 spell damage implicit. Yeah, like why is the implicit being removed for this? Like we already have daggers that have implicits. These is the attack dagger. This is the caster dagger. They have implicits and different modifiers because it's a different weapon type. I really hope that they also still have spell damage as the implicit or like something, because every single wand skill in the game converts spell damage to attack damage and uses that for damage. Like, losing out on that is just kind of weird when there's already a precedent for how the system works that wouldn't require removing the implicit from the game. But maybe there's 2 implicits. Unless there's changes, like more from this point, and have to be pretty big ones. There's like no world where I start anything other than slams. Like, slams into wanding would be fun if the skill is good. Like, what else besides wanding is new and new/buffed? The Aziri thing. And then assassin. So for some poison shenanigans. Fuck bows. Not even swapping VFOS for Earthshatter. VFOS was already worse than Earthshatter. Play RF. RF is going to be real. That is true. That is the one other option. Is playing some RF. Just because, like, RF is so fucking good at breach. But those breaches didn't seem that insane in terms of density. To the point where, like, it's really hard to clear. Because they want you to clear the breach, stabilize it, and then kill the boss in the middle. And I'm sure the balance of how hard it is to stabilize is not going to be hard enough that you have to be a fucking RF character to do it with explodey pops and igniting. So just like any good fast clearing build, I expect to be able to stabilize them reliably. I don't think the boss is time, because I think once you stabilize the breach, there is no more time function at all. And it's open forever. And like, you have like a total amount of monsters that you can spawn. So as long as you're good enough to stabilize it, you're going to spawn all the monsters. Whereas like with current breach, it's like no Earthshatter build could ever clear as well as an RF explodey pop character could. And more Bloodline info. That's the thing that I want, like, now. I want it now. Because that's like so vital to build planning. There's so many Ascendancies where your last 2 points fucking suck. And you're not happy about them. And those could make such huge changes. Like, sometimes you make a mistake and you pick Slayer and you have 0 good Ascendancy points. You know, like, you know, Bloodlines might save you. Might save you.